Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In this video, we'll learn how to install Netpicker through the OVA method. So the OVA method is a little bit different than the Docker method, and most network engineers are familiar with OVA files because if you install even GB4 or GNS3, you should be familiar with that method. It's actually pretty simple, but I'm just going to show you the workflow. If you want to install it, you hit on Get Started, download Netpicker, and you fill in your full name and business email. And once you do that, there will be an email sent to you, which we'll see in a moment. So this is the content of the email, and you're going to click on this, the OVA method, and basically this is the manual for downloading the OVA file. Well, again, you click on Google Drive, and it is the actual file, which is nearly 5 gigabytes. You can download it and refer to this installation guide, but since it's a video, I'm going to show you hands-on. So let me download this and come back. There we go. This is the file. I can right click on this and open it with VMware or VirtualBox. So either option would work. There is no limitation on using either of these. I'm going to use VMware because I'm used to it. Accept terms, next, give it a name, maybe Netpicker demo. And it's going to take 2-3 minutes. So I'm going to pause the video and come back. So the VM is successfully imported, and I'm going to power on the virtual machine. And everything is pretty straightforward. And now you have to provide the logins, username, and password. Let me make this bigger. Netpicker is the username and password. Also Netpicker. So before doing anything, we have to set up our server. But before doing that, let me say IPA to see the IP addresses and network information. And I can't really show you my cursor in this terminal, but you see a loopback interface. We see an ENS33 interface and a Docker 0 interface. The idea is that we want to attach an IP address to the second interface, ENS33. And the way we do that is, first of all, change to super user. And you have to normally put in your password as well. But if you did that a few seconds ago, it's not going to ask you one more time. Because I did that, but you're not going to see this in the video. It didn't ask me for my password this time. So I'm going to say Netpicker setup, and it shows me a setup page. All these options are optional except for the second one, which says configure interface and set IP address. So this thing is mandatory and we have to set it up. The other ones optional: time zone, host name, DNS, and so on. So I'm going to say 2 for the second option. And the only interface that is available is ENS33 number 1. So I'm going to hit enter. And I'm going to give it an IP address inside my 31.0 network. So I'm just going to say 250 maybe. Mask is /24. And gateway is 33.1. There we go. Hit exit, 8 for exit. And if I say IPA, now there should be, actually, this is good practice. It's not going to show here because I have to say reboot and reboot the machine in order for the changes to take effect. You can also maybe restart the network service as well, but I'm not sure which tools we have on this machine, so I'm just going to reboot. We are back, Netpicker. And now if I say IPA, 31250 is here. Now, what I'm going to do here is cd into up Netpicker. And inside here, we have to have everything that you're familiar with, all the components and files and services that we have. So I'm just going to say bash and run the shell script. It's going to take a few minutes again. It's going to pull the images from Docker Hub and run those images afterwards. So I'm going to pause the video and come back. So everything is created and running. You can just ignore this part. And we should be able to now access the server using the IP address that we assigned to this virtual machine, to the ENS33 interface. And that was 31 to 50 on port 80. If you change the port in the Docker Compose file, then you have to specify that with colon and the name of the number of the port, right? Maybe 8000 or 8080. Since we're using the default port, port 80, we don't have to do anything. I'm just going to hit enter, and there we go. We are in the login page. I can say admin.com, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're successfully logged in. So that was it for this video. I will see you in the next one.